the stuns, they can regen back up and everything. I just think like it's very obvious and telegraphed like how OGA are going to take the team fights for the Morphling. I'm just trying to look at the positives for our boy last pick Morph here. So I'm just hoping for the best for him.
I see the merits in what you're saying, and they do have the team fight to back up the Morphling. I just think he's going to struggle a little bit in the early game.
Alrighty, can Pudge do it 2 games in a row and secure the series for LGD? Yes, says Effie, not from Theban as well. The panel is behind LGD and Ame on his Pudge, but we'll find out what our casters have to think about this game number 2. It is B-Cop and Mo Farah.
Thank you very much. As we get into this game, the second Pudge safe lane game, although it's Ame Pudge on the dire side this time. Maybe that changes things. The angles of the hooks, they get different.
All I'm saying, by the way, is these guys on the panel, they're playing checkers. Aster Aries, they're playing 5D chess, right? What you need to understand is the only way to beat a Pudge is to be able to pick Morph and turn into Pudge yourself, right? Pudge is the only hero that can beat Pudge. It's like when you play Pokemon and Dragon does well against Dragon.
Is that still exist? I think it's Fairy's good against Dragon these days. I don't know.
Anything after first gen doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, Fairy didn't exist in first generation. Are they going to get away with this again, by the way?
No. I think it's much harder from this side because you don't have the high ground ward, right?
You say that. But here we are.
No!
But here we are. Tag team comes in. Illusory Orb is out. Yuna now trying to run. They got the stun out onto the Pudge. Arrow hits, and there's the hook. Can they get first blood? Yes, they can. Ame gets it, then he's dead. Again, 4 for 4.
I like how in the worst case scenario for the Pudge, he still ends up somehow getting first blood anyway.
How does he get out? How does he get away with this every time?
That's unbelievable.
I don't understand.
I think this lane against the DK is probably the hardest lane he's had so far, though. I think, when we've talked about how he always has this amazing CS, I think the DK with the stun spam makes it a lot harder.
Yeah, but I'm expecting this. Yeah. And here comes Jinkyu. He's got the arrow. Then they've got the hook follow-up. And there's another. Ame's got a second kill. And you want to know what's actually great about the fact that Ame ended up dead in that first exchange? He's got mana. He just goes to top, full mana, ready to go.
He doesn't need to buy mangoes in this game.
No.
Why is the puck under the tower? I missed that completely, but...
Right click spam from Siamese Cat onto Faith Beyond. I think all the attention was on Ame on that Pudge, but Faith Beyond did work last game.
Yeah, he did huge amounts on the brew. And you remember when we talked about heroes we'd like to see from the panel in day one? My one was, I'd really like to see more of this Morana in China. I think they have some really good Morana players between them.
Yeah, Kaka, Jinkyu, definitely the two players I think about. Always interesting to see them get Kaka in their hands.
Oh, the Morphling's just...
Or get Morana in their hands.
I wondered where the Morphling was and why the Phoenix was taking CS, and then...
Yuna was in trouble for a second. Dragon Tail tag team. Ame taking some damage down to about half health.
They have to be careful here on Aster Aries because the lane... If it ever if it ever goes in towards the tower or anything, right? If it ever goes too far out, and they have the creep wave going towards the radius. Oh god, the courier dies. Yeah, if the creep wave's ever not in like a really good position for them, it's really easy to get the rocket into hook kill, right? I feel like we've seen so many couriers die in this tournament so far.
I think couriers just die a lot in general these days.
Yeah, I guess so.
But are we also thinking that because there was that time where there just was one courier? Yuna waiting for the moment to go! He still gets away with it! And he's out!
Do you know what? Fair play to the Tusker, that was an awesome move.
Yeah.
I can't believe they didn't find the kill, but... I mean, that's the chainmail though, right on the Pudge.
And that early extra armor.
The extra armor's so good against this physical damage from the Tusk.
2-1 in 1. Does he go to the flesh heap early again, or is he gonna wait till 8?
This game, I mean, he could wait till 8 this game, I think, potentially.
Doesn't really care for the tag team attacks coming in.
Yeah, they can't really chase him under the tower either because he has the potential to hook them, right? And then under the tower, it's just a nightmare.
Третьего левела не было. Падж действительно очень прочный, у него почти косарь хп.
And he's still CSing. Yeah, relatively well.
Well,
Не качает.
if you compare him to the Morphling, I mean, this is what I'm saying. Normally, he's like 1 or 2 in net worth.
Куда или не
Yeah. Snowball pulling him in, going after the gyro.
Очень контактная линия, другие как-то даже забываешь такие моменты смотреть, потому что все.
Yeah, Morph right now 22 and 11 at 25% into that level 4, whereas
Следовало ожидать.
Ame's just about to hit that level 4.
Магнусу тяжело помешать в этом плане. У Морфа фрифарм. У Морфа также фрифарм. Сенкинг при этом не жалуется, у него тоже неплохой крипстат.
The thing is, yeah, you see the Sanking now can just start cutting waves, though, right?
Ну и самая такая
Just farming creep camps at the same time.
крипов, там меньше всего их, обоих хоров.
Get him, Faithbean.
Just running him down. Already an urn in the hands of Jinkyu too.
It's really difficult to get a kill mid though against the puck, right? So he's kind of just running around, killing creeps, being a bit greedy. That's fine.
Работал на линии, ну потом разогнался, конечно, потом уже стрики.
Gonna kind of away from this DK. Right on top of him, just putting some aggression out. They go to the tag team, and now Ame's the one who needs to turn around. Snowball coming through. They've got the Dragon Tail Rocket Barrage. He can't get away with anything that time and will end up dead to this DK.
Гораздо больше дэмэджа теперь получает Падж.
It's so weird hearing that Persona DK voice.
It's
After like
completely
so
different.
after so many years of the normal one, it's just jarring. That's a nice pull by the gyro.
Попробовали.
Lands the hook. Did a lot of damage there to
Not great
Yuna.
snowball though.
No, the snowball wasn't exactly amazing. Innocence though needs to run. Drew coiled down. Phoenix has made the rotation. This might garner 2 kills. Waning Rift, shards are out, and Phoenix gets 2.
Yeah, and that's really bad for the Pudge. He's just TP'd back to lane as well. I think that's his 3rd death this game. 2nd death maybe, but yeah, 3rd death.
And already his 3rd death for Ame.
In 6 minutes. Yeah, that's not great.
Заработал, команде помог, Пуджа немножечко с небес на землю спустил.
Top of the net worth right now is the Magnus. You can see the big split though from Magnus to the next top on the Dire, which is Ame at 2500.
Больше, чем на прошлой карте. Здесь есть минимум Магнус, да, геймчейнджер, который может на любой стадии игры перевернуть любой тимфайт, а здесь
He is farming well, but I mean you expect that from the Mag though, right?
Yeah, level 4 already in the Empower.
And they're being really efficient here. The Mirana's going to start taking over mid to get some XP, while the Mag jungles.
Если вдруг начнет не очень.
Let's get some levels on our supports.
Pudge now has that Ring of Health.
Oh, he won't die again then. Ever.
You could always jinx the DK.
Тут надо, знаешь, вести, мне кажется.
You do that thing where it's like, he'll never die in this lane.
Если не больше, чтобы
just like the Timber saws for him.
The thing, I actually think that's true this time, though.
Но даже понятно почему.
That's the issue. That's the difference.
I think the first 3 times, or the first 2 times, you thought it was true for the Timber saw. The 3rd time, maybe not so much.
DK's level 6 now as well.
Каким-то образом.
This is a little bit worrying.
Нажал перекачку, не успел. Да нет, все равно.
With the Phoenix rotation at the same time.
This tower might just be gone.
Да.
Like, what does Ame do?
Бьян не прокликал, не увидел их, потому что, ну, изначально было видно, что прям совсем урон не
This is
проходит.
probably his worst start as Pudge, right?
кулдаун, окей.
Coil down on a Jin-Q. And not to just yet, but eventually the Waning Rift will be there to kill off this Mirana.
They get Korea though.
Tag team. Orb said the Sand King, Burrow Strike, Faith Beyond in a lot of trouble, and he'll fall to Yuna.
What just happened?
Got the sentry above him in the trees, and then they were able to see him inside that sandstorm and get that kill. Esther Aries with a really good start so far.
Morphling шикарно себя чувствует.
So what we figured out is they need to ban Timber and they need to ban DK.
Ракета. Ой, Ами, понимаю. Репов полетели. В этот раз, кстати, он не выбрал себе пассивку на 5-м левеле. В прошлый раз качал, в этот раз...
He did secure CS.
Пак уже снова сверху, он готов нападать. Будет только через 25 секунд. И осторожничают, немного отступают. ТК форма будет через 30 секунд, и можно подумать.
Jin-Q's going for the Spirit Vessel. Eventually you're going to want to charge in that urn. But that hasn't quite come yet.
Oh, fairy trinket for the puck. That's going to be very nice.
Going into the Witchblade too, so he's only 350 gold away from having that early Witchblade. You see how Phoenix has already got quite a bit done going top lane, 3 kills overall, 2 kills in that top lane when he got the double kill on the Pudge as well as that gyro. So this puck can potentially snowball out of control. Got himself in a good spot to really shut down OGD. Versus member getting used on some creeps. Rocket Barrage on Siamese Cat. He's pretty deep here. Nothing to say. We'll get the kill on the Siamese Cat. They've got the call down, but with the Morphling coming in, how much will the commitment be? They've got a double damage. Nothing to say. So they look over and should find another kill on DK. It's a double kill for nothing to say. Morphling was there too, but seeing that double damage, I second guess whether or not he wanted to commit to anything, and probably the wise idea to leave.
He's really farmed now as well with those kills. Great rotation from him. The tower does go down, but even so, like the Morphs come up here to try and farm, right? And he can't really push up into the dive jungle now. Is Faith Beyond going Blink on the Sand King as well? Because I think when they get Blink, they have really good like kill partnerships with it, right?
Right.
Because they can have like the Sand King Mirana, they can have like Sand King Pudge. So they don't have to go around necessarily as 5, they can kind of go around in 2s. I think even the gyro drop of Sand King's pretty potent with the 4 points in Rocket Barrage.
4 points in Rocket Barrage, and he's going to have a bail soon on the gyro.
Ушел в лес, чтобы он в этом лесу будет фармить быстро.
Yeah, they are really good for their team this game.
Троябилка, да, вкачана посильнее. Тогда скорость в лесу фарма была бы
Jesus.
Gyro's got quite a bit.
Совсем немного по деньгам. Магнус там в космос полетел.
Easy arrow.
Он еще есть стаки, может фармить, что угодно может фармить.
Both Yuna and Jin-Q both have urns, but no charges in either of them. Yeah, that might just change. Yuna now on the run, call down used, and there's the snowball to try and turn this. They do have Supernova. Actually, he's got the mana once he pops that wand. Innocence traded for Yuna. Epicenter down on the Siamese Cat. Icarus dive away. Phoenix. Ooh. He's there to try and help, and the Phoenix does die to Jin-Q Starstorm. That is a hard call out.
Там еще Фейтбиан немного дотянулся, он планировал вообще Пака зацепить, или не дотянулся, или Пак там shift спрятался, но в общем зацепил он Пака, возможно и Пак.
Really well played by OGA though. They open up this bottom half of the map, try and take the tier 1 a little bit if they can, maybe start to chip it down. I feel like this DK is, you know, have this really great lane, and then I look and he's got the same network as the Pudge still. And like the Sand King's got a tiny bit more than him as well, pretty much the same.
When that Sand King gets that Blink Dagger, it feels like he'll be a little bit more effective in getting things done. They go in with RP to turn it around. It's on to 2. They've got the skewer. They'll get the kill, and at least Yuna, the Starstorm from Jin-Q, will turn it for both. Ooh, gone. They do kill off Ame, but Ame's okay with being the sacrificial lamb when they're able to turn it for a beneficial, positive take.
When will teams learn, Beacon? You can't just keep running at the Pudge. It doesn't work, you know? At some point you got to deal with the other heroes.
And they're not dealing with this Magnus at all.
No. Yeah, they are struggling. I think they do have problems with damage output at this point in the game. They kind of need the Tusk to be there with the tag team to get full effectiveness with the rest of the team. Because otherwise it's kind of like a lot of chip damage, but not a huge amount of like instant burst. And he's really tanky, so...
Очень серьезно относится сейчас к этой карте. Мне кажется, он тоже огромное удовольствие
получает. Dagger for the DK as well as the Sand King.
Как его оценивают на этом героя? Все делает очень четко. И стаки.
Pudge reduce healing against the morph.
Грамотно.
Easy win.
Фармит это всего тоже 2000 паку ведет.
He's gone to the early Ogre Axe, so the question becomes, does he commit to the Ags or go for something else off him? Moonlight Shadow popped by Jinkyu. They head up towards top. Faith Beyond blink up in a second. And ooh, sticking around. Ooh. I think you shot a right click over onto the Tusk's courier.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Faith Beyond blink cliffing himself. Burrow strike to the low ground. Icarus dive, dust used. And they're not going to commit.
What did the arrow hit? Did it hit the Phoenix dive?
Скорее всего, да, надо будет соединяться к команде. Он пока не особо не нужен.
Phoenix the puck, not Phoenix. Epicenter once again, Faith Beyond Burrow strike. On the back half of that Epicenter, but they get killed quickly onto the DK. And even with the Walrus Punch, Snowball trying to get a save, can't do so. And Yuna, he's dead again, now dead for the 5th time. He's 1-5 and 6. Really not what they're hoping for on the side of Aster Aries. And despite their really poor start on Ame, they're 4k up, and it's just, it feels like it's because they have not kept nothing to say in check at all.
Yeah, I mean, look at the network difference between the supports though on both teams. Like, I think that's where a lot of the lead comes from, and obviously between the mid laners as well. But
Gyro's got so much farm out of this game.
Exactly, because they're getting involved with the kills as well, right? So, and where they were being more efficient, where the Mag was jungling, so that Mirana got to take over the mid lane. I'm trying to deny his creep there, but just misses out.
Oh, Phoenix going down, Faith Beyond getting that kill, Dreamcoil to try and stay alive, but not gonna do enough. Walrus Punch on Innocence, Rocket Barrage, Sunray trying to kill this Gyro, but there's the RP. He'll stay alive. Breathe Fire's not enough either. Simon's Cat and Yuna are gone, and they found the DK. They skewer him back. They'll finish a 3rd. And with Puck dead bottom, that's 4 heroes gone. On the side of Aster Aries, a 5k lead for LGD, and Gyro survives. And now Gyro's picked up a hood, so 3 hoods on LGD. You've got 1 on Innocence, 1 on Faith Beyond, and 1 on Ame.
The DK's only level 8.
Radiant's middle
he really
has fallen.
Had a great lane and then shut himself down.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wow.
Really quite the surprise to see him struggle, and you know, that'll happen when you don't use the Tony Todd voice on DK. Tony Todd is the Candyman.
Like
you should have trusted the Candyman.
Yeah, it's a nice ward behind the tower, as the observer points out.
Он может подключаться, хотя бы какие-то фраги зарабатывать в драках, где...
They just need like a really good egg combo, I think. That's the only way they win a team fight really now. Is if they take their egg really well to like snowball and like DK stun and stuff.
Он должен крайне аккуратно действовать с этим артефактом. Где-то напасть из-под тишка.
Maybe they can turn them, but the damage is still relatively limited until the morph comes online.
I'm gonna say he's been pretty perfect with those RPs.
So tanky.
Burrow strike, Epicenter, Innocent still surviving. Doesn't want to snap the Dreamcoil, but does. He's still alive. Supernova. Well, that's not gonna be popped out. They finally get the kill on the Innocence, and Sand King's been locked up thanks to the shards. Faith Beyond also falling. OGD losing 2 heroes. That is a good turnaround for Aster Aries. Finally a positive one for them.
Ooh, Philosopher's Stone. As if Gyro wasn't rich enough already. Oh yeah.
Is he gonna take it? He's holding on to the bullwhip right now.
I mean, the Mirana could take it as well, and it'll be fine, right?
Yeah, and that's exactly what's gonna happen. It's gonna come through on the courier for Jinkyu. Does he need a Philosopher's Stone? He's got like that $2,000 Mirana mount, so does he really need more?
I really want that one. It's so expensive. You can't. I mean, I can't personally justify spending that much money on a Mirana mount. OGA, if you're listening, I'm willing to accept gifts. So just hit me up.
I think I would rather a glitched Tusk item more than that Mirana mount. Arrow missing, Skewer back, and Spirit Vessel and the Rocket Barrage damage coming in. Innocence gets yet another kill. 3, 3, and 13. He's been involved in 16 of the 17 kills of LGD.
Wow. That's quite impressive.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Radiant's top tower is
It looks like they're starting to think about setting up around the pit here.
Radiant structures are fortified.
I guess since we're talking about it, chat, would you want... Press 1 if you'd want the Mirana mount. Press 2 if you'd want a Bleak Hallucination Tusk item. Or onto the Tusk. Nothing to say, he's got RP if he can get it off, but doesn't look like he'll survive. Oh, pops the BKB right as he dies. Supernova, now LGD really need to run. Shards blocking Innocence. They've got the adaptive strike Sunray on him, and he's morphed into the Gyrocopter to throw the homing missile at Innocence. So now maybe looking for the turnaround. Faith Beyond comes in. They've got the Dismember onto the Morphling. They'll use that snowball, pull him in. Go after Ame. Yuno will die. So will Innocence, the Siamese cat. Earl Strike hits, Starstorm through, breathe fire on these 3 heroes. DK trying to support this Morphling as much as he can. They go to the Moonlight Shadow. They should be able to kill the Morph, but he waits for his back. He's got the Spirit Vessel on him. And then Ame gets the kill. Burl Strike hits onto the DK, and they've taken out 4. Long drawn out fight that starts with Magnus dying very quickly.
I said at the start of the game, the only way to beat Pudge is to turn into Pudge. You gotta stop turning into Gyrocopter, you know? You gotta try and land some of your own MLG hooks. And he's just not trying it this game. That's why they're losing.
Well, if you're gonna MLG hook, you have to 360 first.
That's true. We're still yet to see that this tournament. Bit disappointing.
Ame, if you're listening, which you shouldn't, because you should not be watching stream, Ame. But, you know, if you are, 360 no scope. Come on.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
I'll take your tribute.
Phoenix had this great start, and the wind in his sails have kind of petered out.
Yeah, it's not gone great, has it? I mean, this Paul Puck's kind of like, well, my Morph doesn't really want to fight. Am I playing with my DK? What do we do?
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Так, Astralis пошли на поиски в смоках, хотят кого-то.
It's like I was saying before, you kind of need to play with the Tusk really to find kills. So you have that extra little bit of burst damage.
Мы видим, что в другой части карты игроки LGD расположились. Сейчас ребята попробуют.
Jinky, by the way, is using that Philosopher's Stone to go for a Wind Waker.
Забрать, забрать. Про Рошана забывать не стоит.
And Gyrocopter going into a Eul's.
Свернет.
They're going to try and make the cool play where, you know, you can use get rid of the coil, right? He's telling somebody else to go and stand at the edge of the range of coil, and then he'll Wind Waker them, and it snaps.
Регулярно врывается первым, никого не боится, и эпицентр, самое главное, очень эффективно использует. Не тот Сангин, знаешь, который раз за карту нажмет эпицентр и всегда прыгает без него и не наносит этой способности вообще урона. За всю игру здесь нет, всегда.
Clearing up some trees, making sure nobody can hide in them as they look to take the tier 2 tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Nomad must be so happy seeing how Nothing to Say is performing on this Magnus.
I heard it's his favorite hero player combination.
Radiant's
of all time ever?
Of all time, yeah. Oh, they see the Magnus on the ward.
Blink, Dragon Tail, and now the Dream Coil. That's a great Dream Coil. Nothing to say again with the BKB, and he was looking to throw that RP, but never gets it off. He'll skewer out of range. Supernova, that's about to pop. Stuns up 3. They get the kill on the Jinkyu Innocence as well as Ame. A great fight from Master Aries once again, and nothing to say, just surviving.
That was so bizarre because they were in complete control of that area on LGD, right? But the whole time, Master Aries had that high ground ward down, and it just didn't get dewarded. I'm pretty sure a courier flew over as well. I thought they would have seen the ward. But yeah, they smoke on the high ground. They're like, yeah, let's see what we can do. They just smoke under an observer ward. It's like 5 heroes.
And they're gonna get the kill on a Faith Beyond. Yuna getting credit for that one. Innocence just bought back, so he's really gonna want to run.
Вот опять, да, LGD не идеально отыгрывает.
Again, same thing, they just run under a ward.
У них позиция, казалось бы, наверху была, да?
Obviously, they don't know it at the time, and it's much easier for us to say, but
но напали на них.
You should, you know, expect that vision to be set up. Same thing again.
Wow.
Байбек умирает замечательно.
Yuna's gotten this Blink Dagger, and he's playing out of his mind. He's gonna die here, but he's created a bunch of kills in the last 2 seconds or so. And they will keep nothing to say. Throw the RP when he's dead afterwards. Sunray gonna try and keep the move as the DK alive. Has got the Spirit Vessel onto the DK. He'll take out Ame. Dream Coil used. Hits on a Jinkyu. And this will be a full team wipe for Aster Aries. It went from a 10k lead to what has dwindled down in the last minute or so to a 4k lead.
I mean, that's so bizarre. They just take fights under wards 2 times in a row, you know? It's probably not going to go well. They're really scared of finishing the roast because of this tanking.
Опа, здесь перехватил.
That's another ward.
And potentially another +1. At B center, Burrow Strike, Phoenix. Oh, just surviving, and then Uru gets the kill. And they still haven't taken Roche, but LGD aren't going to stop throwing bodies at it.
And they should be able to finish this race off now. It's like LGD don't want to contest it, so...
Anymore.
This Phoenix is just level 15 all of a sudden, by the way.
Пока не такой крутой, Магнуса нет, Санкинга нет.
Level 16.
Аегис достает Ариес.
Wow.
They felt like they were so behind on levels before, and now, yeah.
Остается всего лишь 3
all of a sudden the level swings completely, the XP swings completely.
Просто LGD первый раз поставили, напали, не успели. Во второй раз нафидели. И игра внезапно обретает...
And I just don't know...
Не знаю.
I just don't know what the mindset there is from LGD. Is it just we're so far ahead, we're going to continue to throw bodies? The team fighting has been a little bit lackluster. But again, it's also Yuna who's really doing a lot with this Blink Dagger. I can't say it enough. Like, the first part of this game for him was really lackluster, and now Blink, Walrus Punch, Snowball, the combo, everything has been there for him to open up kills for this Aster Aries side.
Honestly, I know I keep talking about it all the time, but it's all vision in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wards win games, right? And this is a textbook example of that. Now the DK has a BKB as well, and if you look at the dire side, where's the physical damage? You know? When this BKB comes out, the DK all of a sudden becomes so much stronger.
Но импакта в последних тимфайтах мы от него не видим.
Guys got to remember that as supports out there. Vision wins games. Beat Beyond. He's got that shard. And they're going to get this kill on a Yuna. This shard was definitely thought of as a big joke for a while. And I've seen it picked up on a bunch of Sand Kings. Dream Coil, Icarus dive with the Sun Ray. They'll get the kill on a Faith Beyond. He's taken out very quickly. Jinkyu going into the Moonlight Shadow and trying to leave. Waning Rift Silence. And... oh. He's out and away, but he doesn't have a TP for 30 seconds.
I'm really surprised they tried to take push that further without the mag. Nothing to say, we're just farming bot lane and farming that area of the map.
Right.
Oh, they see the Mirana.
Oh boy. Dragon Tail comes out, and yeah, no leaping, no surviving. All that put together and nothing to say is still having a good net worth game. The last few deaths haven't been amazing for him, but he's still put on a bit of a clinic so far.
Where's my pension? I think he always has Satanic on the morph as well.
Is under attack.
Может, передумает еще или
Dire's middle tower has
действительно
fallen.
соберет.
Gyro's still going for that Yules. His game slowed down significantly. He's only 600 gold ahead of the Phoenix at this point.
Урона в команде, пожалуй.
All just from those like 2 or 3 really bad fights though. You know?
Yeah.
Goes from like a 10k net uplink to LGD to like 3k. It's crazy.
Пока еще до этих кондиций не дошел.
And the supports just don't have a lead anymore. Like the support difference was like multiple thousands per support. And now it's nothing.
Morphling, там Phoenix, там Task, там большая часть команды Aries цепляет именно Morphling.
Quick Bro Strike onto the Morphling. They'll look for the hook. They should the dismember to follow it up. Do they have the damage? They'll throw out an arrow. They use the snowball wall punch out of the face beyond. Ooh, the waveforms away. The RP comes in and down goes Yuna as well. Simon's cat will take a feet beyond. BKB. Ooh.
Hook, который...
He's away.
No, the hook doesn't cancel TP, unfortunately. So. They were so close to killing that morph as well. I think he does have Aegis, right? But if they kill him once, they probably have a decent chance of killing him a second time. Maybe he just BKB TPs.
Yeah. I'd agree with that. Dismember duration going up for 0.8 seconds on that talent. Ame has fallen 2 levels behind this morph.
I'd just like to point out, Effie has corrected me. Apparently you can cancel hook with TP with hook if you time it right. So you do it like right towards the end of the TP.
He did it in the first game.
Достаточно быстро у него это появился, но это благодаря...
He did it in the Bloodseeker right as the TP like ended.
I would not want to lie to people, so I'm happy to take the L, you know.
В ближайшее время они подраться, наверное, не откажутся. Но для начала нужно...
It would be cool to see that if
и уж тем более РП.
Production can find that in the first game. It was a fight down towards bottom at the end, and Ulu had popped BKB, tried to TP out, and then right as his TP went off, he got hooked and he stayed.
Трон пушили, а сейчас позволили слишком много забрать команде Aries. Те камбэк.
I think about 47 minutes into the game.
Как-то не беспомощно смотрится. Даже неплохие перспективы.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Swing Dragon Tail, and there's the kill on a Jinkyu, but the epicenter as well as the Bros right coming through. They've got the Sunray right on top on the DK to try and keep him alive with the BKB bomb, and this gets popped. Faith Beyond now in some trouble. There's a supernova right on top of him. Dream Coil gets placed and immediately broken, and they'll continue to dive in further as they'll take out Faith Beyond. Shooter's dead on the side of LGD, and they're going to lose nothing to say. Finds himself in no man's land, but Simon's cat goes down to Ame, and Ame gets a second. No BKB and TP out. Waning Rift on the Innocent fuels up into the air by himself. That leaves him vulnerable to a Burrow Strike and Shards, with another kill going the way of Yuna, as he's been involved in yet another.
It feels like there's been so many fights where this Mac just goes in to try and create chaos and gets stunned before he gets his BKB off.
Dire's top tower.
It's an interesting spot to be, and when that fight broke out, where he TP'd into.
Well, the thing was, right, there was that fight at the top where the Sankin goes in, and at the same time the Pudge tried to kill the Phoenix before he got egg off. He just about did it in time. Then all of a sudden, like, you use your spells on a hero that's just gonna pop egg and come back alive again anyway.
Snowball for Ame. Shards are there right on the money. They've taken the top tier 3. They look for the hook, but it's not gonna be in the right spot. So all of a sudden, Phoenix goes in with the Waning Rift. They've got the E-Blade and the blow up with the Adaptive Strike. Ooh, now on a monster kill streak, and this is a set of racks at least in the top lane. They still have outer towers in the mid and bottom lane, so they're safe in that sense.
Там снесли центральную линию полностью, и милишные бараки упали на двух других. Здесь же всего лишь по экономике, при этом они не летят, как в прошлый раз, там было больше 10 тысяч. Здесь же играть еще, наверное, можно. Очень сильно усложнили себе жизнь. В этой карте, ну...
Like every time these fights break out, it feels like they're always making the correct moves.
Так убедительно.
Like they're in the right place at the right time.
They're now 1,000 gold ahead.
I like the Shivas on the Pudge as well. I think you double down on like this reduced healing effect, right? Against Morph, against DK, against Phoenix. Feels really good. So you have the Axe with the reduced, you have the Shivas with the reduced. Does anyone have a Vestal actually on Dire? An LGD?
Yeah. Jinku does.
Jinku does, right, okay.
Roche up in 20 seconds, by the way. DK getting close to that Ags as well. And there's the smoke from LGD.
They just need to make sure they have vision to put down in the fight again, because if they do this thing where they run at the high ground again, where Aries have vision and they don't control it themselves.
You say that, and it might happen right here. Arrow. Hook though, it lands. BKB's gonna be popped. They're gonna go into the sandstorm. Walrus punch into the air. I mean, a little bit of trouble. Gets the BKB off, but the barrel strike comes in from down is gonna lock up Ame as well. As nothing to say. Nothing to say. Doesn't have the BKB to work with. The burst comes out from the kill on Innocent Soul. Nothing to say with the epicenter. The damage out on the Phoenix. The kill on Phoenix as well as DK. But Uru's still rocking and rolling. He's got a triple kill. Burrow strike comes out. And speak beyond Burrow strike, someone to the high ground. The other guys like Shadow. Epicenter goes off, but they've got themselves the Sentry Ward, which he ended up walking into, going towards that spot, and Uru gets the Ultra kill.
Yeah, really great fight. They finally get the RP off and they kill off the egg, but they basically just, I think they lost the Mirana and almost a +1 straight away at the time they were killing the egg. So this Morphling's kind of going unchecked the whole time. And LGD, it feels like they're separating on targets slightly as well. They need to make sure they focus the same heroes at the same time. Because like the Sankin gets this amazing stun to the Morphling while he's morphed, and so he wouldn't have been able to attribute shift. But, you know, they're trying to kill the DK at the same time towards the end. And he's going to have Daedalus on the Morph relatively soon.
Pocket Barrage with the Veil.
Is he dead? Ooh. Wow.
50 health, just about.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
My waters rise.
3k lead for Aries with an Aegis in the hands of Morphling. This could be really bad for LGD.
Одного или двух человек, например, чтобы моментально с ними справиться. Супернова очень удобно, которую пришлось всей командой разрушать. Здесь из эффективных героев против Суперновы, ну, наверное, Мирана только может быть, да?
Interesting to see the Sankin build so many defenses around as well.
Круто выглядит. И Супернова стоит, Супернова хоть и ломается, слишком много времени это занимает. Магнус, ему в идеале, конечно, поймать кого-то из
pare. The BKB if you didn't go to this shard. I'm really not certain about this shard.
I'm just level 25. Wow.
Пока этого сделать не
has the dismember damage heal.
Потому что изначально был отличный хук.
Magnus also level 25, having that plus 1 second on the reverse polarity stun duration, so that RP gonna last that much longer.
По всему, после того, как сломают Т2 выше, все для этого есть.
Great item this game.
Radiant structures are fortified.
For any of their heroes, honestly.
That extra bit of magic immunity would be nice. Morphling going for a refresher. Oh, got a Daedalus in his hands with the E-Blade Satanic SNY BKB. Trying to take the high ground. Burrow strike, epicenter coming through onto the Morphling. They're going to pop that first light very quickly. Sunray wasn't enough. They used the dismember, and now Was pushed in pretty far. Ooh, he was up into the air. He's got the Spirit Vest on him. Burrow Strike lands. They're landing this. They've got the Snowball save from Yuno with the BKB early from nothing to say. Looking for the OP, and he'll use it. It's a big whip. Sunray running from nothing to say. No longer has the BKB. They'll get that kill onto the Magnus and take him out for 100 seconds. No buyback. In the backlines, though, Phoenix's Aeon Disc waning rift on a 2, so they can't follow that up with a Burrow Strike. They've got the Flat Cannon, not really outputting a lot of damage. It's only a position 5 gyro. Frost Sigil down and keeping a deterrent on LGD. Another hook missed by Ame as they go for the set of racks. They've got themselves the Burrow Strike that lands on a 2 with the BKB pop. They've got the dismember, but the Snowball save again! That'll go after Innocence. They'll get the kill on the gyro. They're gonna go to the Morphling. They'll take out Yuna, and Gyro will somehow survive. Phoenix over the air one more time. They've got the rock right on top of him. He'll waning rip, try to leave silence there. Illusory Lord crossing over, but Ame with the blink Burrow Strike onto the high ground. Face beyond, he's cosplaying Arteezy, and now Phoenix, he won't be able to run as the rot rots him down and kills him off.
I can't believe they held the high ground by missing it when they missed the RP as well. This Pudge is just standing in the middle of the fight with BKB and doing so much damage.
Ooh, Spell Prism.
Wow.
And there's the Wind Waker for Jinkyu too. I
think the key thing we should mention there is that they've managed to blow up the Morph with his first life before they're like 100% set up and ready. Because like if they get up to the high ground and they don't burst him down and he has 2 lives to play with, the fight looks completely different, right?
Snowball save there as you're watching on the replay. And the RP misses. From there they kill off Nothing to Say, who was a big part of the early part of this game for LGD, going so well with Ame doing so poorly. Even without the Magnus, they're able to do so
much damage the Pudge does though in these fights. Like the reduced healing with the Shivas and the Ads is crazy. Doesn't even hit the hook, just go in.
Blink, Burrow Strike, and another Snowball save, but then the DK. You can see in this replay, Morphling, yeah, he just gets dismembered. That's really well done by Ame for the targeting. He's got 19 stacks on Flesh Heap. Jesus. 4,655 health. They'll continue to chase on that puck, and you know how it goes. End up getting that kill. Overwhelming blink in just 150 gold, and then he's going to go for that shard on this Pudge.
I feel like the overwhelming blink made a big difference last game as well, with like their damage output, right? And it feels like it's going to be the same again. Helping control those fights. They're all sitting under a ward. Are they trying to smoke here on LGD or something towards their ward?
On LGD?
Что хватит ли опыта команде Aries для того, чтобы переиграть?
Aries might be under a ward too.
When you see the whole enemy team like this,
были шикарные шансы.
This is what Aries did in the fights before, right? You should really look to try and take advantage of it.
If they just smoke here without dewarding, that's a pretty typical ward spot. And they know Pudge was in that area. Oh, they smoke. Burrow Strike coming in, they're going to go after Yuna. Yuna was a big part of saving it despite in the last one. They go to the RP and they're going to kill on Asami's cat as well as Yuna really quickly. Wind Waker up into the air. Phoenix is dead too. That's 3 dead really quick. Followed up on a shockwave. Rocket Barrage eats the cheese. Waveform trying to get away with the epicenter being used by face beyond, but right on top of the Morphling. There's nothing the DK can do, and with the Burrow Strike a kill off. Ooh, dead for 100 seconds. No buyback.
What wins games, Beacop?
Vision.
Vision wins games.
I can't believe that they just smoked with that ward right there. That's a very common ward spot.
Yeah, but they're probably thinking, like, when the hell have LGD managed to get here? When would they have ever put a ward down?
But they did see Pudge nearby. Not that that ward was placed at that time, but they saw Pudge in the mid lane pretty deep.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
I can understand them getting caught out by that the same way that LGD did. Maybe less so with LGD before, but you're probably thinking, you know, we've been taking fights on their side of the map like for so long. When have they ever been able to get a ward down there?
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
But it's such a gut-wrenching fight for them.
I'll take your trip.
Radiant's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant structures are
mid-set gun. Bottom set next.
It's Pudge, man.
В этой карте стоит отдать
Who's the carry now?
Они хотя бы, знаешь, камбэкнули с очень приличной
TV, where you at? Luna?
В один момент
Where you at?
Big carries, you're getting called out right now.
Ну, скилла банального опыта.
Mo making a statement.
Прикольно.
Oh, the kick!
Он слишком плотно.
He's kicked in, but he's got so much health.
Там самый ключевой момент.
455. Yuna ends up dead, called down inside the base. EK can only just stand there and he still gets hooked. Flaming Rift pushing back 4 as he lands the silence on all those heroes. Oh, he's saving DK in that spot, but they're down 21,000 as the top set of racks in that tier 3 are looking like the target next. They do have the Morphling back up, but no toss. They're trying to make the move to blink the Dragon Tail coming with BKB pop. I know that to say. They've got themselves a dismember on the DK. So much damage being done. Jiggy gets the kill on He'll use the RP to find he's there for 99. And that'll be it. LGD secure the 2-0. They will finish off after Aries. And they are on a 2-game winning streak with the 1 position Pudge.
LGD.